Let me start by saying this. What's the sound of Transform makes?
Was that the sound of a Rubik's Cube, but a toy, but a thing of joy?
Yes, it was. Also, I can do that way better for reference. I fucked it just then. I messed it up.
Ready? You want to try again? Like, we're waiting on bated breath. That
was better.
That was better.
Doesn't matter. Let's move on.
We'll talk about the new Transformers Netflix show.
Yes, Transformers: War for Cybertron Trilogy Part 1 Siege. That is the name of it.
God damn.
Yeah.
Wait, it's like Chapter 1, Episode 1?
Yeah, so
Siege?
Chapter 1, Episode 1. So I'm guessing Siege. Chapter 1 might be Siege.
So what I'm imagining is what's happened here is that they've got the 3 movies, first one being Siege, they split the movie up into 6 episodes for easier consumption.
Yeah. Awesome. That's what I think has happened. So, bit of later groundwork. We're only talking about Episode 1 at the moment. Because we've only seen Episode 1.
Yep.
Didn't realise they all got dropped at the same time.
Nope.
What a pleasant surprise, though.
Yep.
It's very good. Alright, so some background on this is that before this series started, War for Cybertron Siege was a toy line.
Oh.
Which is the ones that I have on the shelf. That were on the shelf before we got sucked into the void.
Yeah.
And then it's followed by Earthrise, which is what's currently on the shelves. And that's going to be followed by something else, which at the moment is pretty much all but been confirmed. It's going to be called Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom. And it's going to involve Beast Wars.
Oh, shit!
So I'm excited for that.
Okay, so I think it's a pretty safe bet that the 3 movies are going to reflect the 3 releases of the toys.
Yep, so pretty much like, I think the way it's going to go is like, Siege is going to be Cybertron, Earthrise is going to be them on Earth, Kingdom is going to be like future Earth Beast stuff.
Fuck yeah!
That's what I think. Alright, so,
Thoughts about the show?
so far I'm liking it.
God damn!
From what I'm saying. So, like, I was very cautiously optimistic going into this.
I can imagine. Well, because you're not familiar with Polygon Pictures, are you?
Somewhat. They worked on Transformers Prime.
Did they?
I think they did.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Keep talking.
Yeah, give that a go. Fact check me.
Yep.
But Transformers Prime is one of my favourite Transformers series. But yeah, I could be wrong. So just confirm that for me.
Just confirming. But so, like, aside from who made it, like, I really like the aesthetic of it. Like,
It has a good look to it.
everything's clean, even though everyone's really fucked up in the show. Like, all the lines are clean. Like, the movement's really nice. It's so weird. It's so weird to watch a Transformers show. And for one, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're far more familiar with the Transformers animated universe than I am.
Transformers, if anything.
But in my experience, this is the most accurate show to the toys and how the toys move that I've seen in a very long time.
Yet, in terms of a very long time, yes. Transformers Cybertron, which came out 2005, that was accurate to the point where the figures, the character models had like the screws on their back and stuff like that. It was almost too accurate. But as a kid who had the toys watching the show at the time, it's fucking incredible. You'd be like, that's what I'm holding in my hand. Whoa!
Oh, this is the one you were telling me about that's got the like the really long, accurate transformation sequences.
Yeah.
Ah!
Stock footage. Which, I'll be honest, I miss. Alright.
You know, I think you're right. I think Polygon Pictures did actually work on Transformers Prime.
Cool. So yeah.
But not to shit on Transformers Prime, but they got better.
That's fair. We'll get into Transformers Prime another day. Because I want to talk about it.
So look, we covered the look. Like, it looks fucking nice.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. And like you said, that bit of it looking like the toys, that really did bring back my nostalgia for like the early 2000s Transformers stuff, which is where I like got started. Don't get me wrong, G1's great, but it was also 35 years ago.
So what do you think about the story? Because I think, for me, being a bit of a Transformers deep noob anyway, and as we were watching the episode, you were pretty like, I'll get to it. Like, that's a thing. They're laying down some pretty good groundwork.
Yeah.
Some really good
Yeah,
shit.
so like there's some interesting like name drops and references to stuff in this, and like they're pulling little bits from other things.
I'll say we did watch the first of the movies or whatever for Transformers Prime.
Yeah, the first episode, Darkness Rising, part
That's the one. And the thing that intrigued me the most about that, because I did find that show a little bit problematic, but I think it's just because it's the very early stages of it.
Like that's one episode out of 100.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck me, really?
Maybe?
Jesus.
Probably not.
was that they laid an interesting groundwork for the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron, and this one did it better. Like, straight away, the way that the parallels they create between the two of them in just this first episode, the idea that they're both self-conscious about their similarities to each other. I love it when a Transformers property goes into the shared history between Optimus Prime and Megatron, because I don't know much about that, but I know it exists.
Yeah, like, you've seen the comic panels from IDW.
I have.
IDW comics of, like, Optimus and Megatron just sitting in a room talking to each other. Like, just pretty much, like, catching up and just referencing, like, remember that time you dropped a building on me? Like, what about the time you smeared me against the wall? Oh, good times. Anyway, peace?
Anyway, peace? It's like, well, I'm not the one locked in the chair.
Yeah.
If you're the one with a gun for an arm.
Oh, God.
Okay, look, let's have a quick side note. What kind of fucking lottery did Megatron win? When everyone's like, I'm a fucking sort of truck, I'm a fucking kind of car, I'm a fucking plane, I'm a fucking gun for a hand.
Yeah. Fusion cannon?
What the fuck?
Alright,
I feel like it's a little bit of an unfair advantage for him. Because not only does he transform into a tank, he's constantly armed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of fusion cannons, we're currently playing the game War for Cybertron, which came out in 2010, and fusion cannon is the best weapon in that game. It's great.
It's so good.
Yeah, so, like, something that they mentioned in this is, like, Megatron talking about working in the mines and, like, the gladiatorial pits. And that seems to be, like, because he mentions about, like, you weren't built for this and such and such.
Yeah.
Because something that started, I think, like, it really came to, like, prominence in the IDW comics runs, and this is a thing I really love, is the idea of, like, functionism.
Yeah.
Where pretty much, like, your, like, job follows your form.
Oh.
So pretty much, like, if you're a Transformer Cybertron and you naturally turn into a construction vehicle, you're working in construction. You've got no choice.
Cool, so it's like this idea of talent.
Yeah. Like, well, not even that. So Megatron in this turned into a mining, in the IDW comics, turned into a mining vehicle just sort of naturally, and was therefore, like, stuck in the mines.
Yeah.
And he, for a while, was just like, this isn't what I want to do. And I think, like, so he started becoming, like, a voice of the people, and, like, rose up in the gladiatorial pits and all that, and, like, got lots of people hyped up of him just saying, like, this isn't right, like, we're sentient, we should be able to do what we want to do. And then, on the other side, like, Optimus sort of realised the same thing. So, like, I think what's happening in this world is, like, they both realise that the way the world is working isn't right, and have tried to work together to fix it, then have skewed off, and then have gone in very different directions.
Well, because they do imply that there's not only a shared history, but a shared teacher. So it's clear Alpha Trion. So clearly they've come from a similar origins, and this idea that they're like, I love the exchange where he's like, Alpha Trion will be so disappointed in you, and then Megatron just looks at him and goes, he'd be disappointed in us both. I'm like, oh shit! Like, I like that. There's a really, really, really good duality to all of this.
Yeah.
All right, I think we gotta keep it short. Keep
I want to talk for ages. All right, so
well, see, that's
quick fire.
All right, quick fire.
All right, that's one. All right,
wait, get ready. Calm down. You excited? You keen? I'm gonna put a minute on the clock.
Holy shit!
And then all the things that you're keen for. Ready?
You're gonna try and hit
set.
this. Well, keen on what my thoughts are. Jetfire's got me confused. I think he's been brainwashed or something like that because he's way too iffy and evil. That's not what Jetfire's like most of the time, depending. This first Optimus Prime, also not too sure yet. Because one thing I did like about him is that he cracked a joke at one point. That's good. I want to see him, like, shoot some hoops at some point as well. Lots of Seekers, which is good. I don't think it was Thundercracker, but the subtitle said it was Thundercracker, got, like, shot in the head at one point.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Starscream's a whiny son of a bitch. Love it. You love to see it. Bumblebee and Wheeljack, the first two Autobots to appear, just like the first episode of Generation 1. And Velocitron, the speed planet from Transformers Cybertron, also got referenced as a racing planet. Alpha Trion got mentioned, the Leader 1's in this. Red Alert's the medic, but I'm wondering where the hell Ratchet is.
Ooh.
Because he might be around. They made a figure for him for
a
Siege.
cheeky reveal for later.
Hopefully.
Can't blow that load in the first
that'd
episode.
Be good. What are we at? Oh, shit. You know what? I think that might be it. I think I've done it.
And that's a minute. All right. Well, so if you're...
Also, Wheeljack's ears light up. And
it's so
makes
good.
Me happy. He's got a good voice.
So, to say the least, we're both very excited for this show.
Yeah, and we will get into it.
Oh, exactly. So, in case you didn't guess, we're just talking about the first episode today. This is going to be coming out pretty quickly. The next one's going to be coming out again pretty quickly. So, click here or anywhere or at the end of the video to see the rest of it and us talk about the entire first movie of...
Transformers War for Cybertron Chapter 1 Siege.
Nice. See you in the void.
See you in the void.